That's the kind of white shadow. Right. Okay, go. Hello everyone, it's Awoogah here, and we're back on Decidedly Vanilla, and we've got a thing to do today. I've been watching Pixel Riff's videos. If you've not, check him out, links in the description down below. But one of his was a clock tower one chunk build, which was pretty good. And I saw lots of people saying, he goes too fast, you can't do it, it's practically impossible, help me, help me. Well, I'm going to prove you all wrong. I'm going to stick up for him, and I'm going to prove you all wrong that it can be done. Although I am going to get you back picks for the riff. You know that. I'm coming for you. Maybe not today, maybe not tomorrow, but soon. Anyway, what I thought we'd do is, on one of the corners here, I'm going to stick up the video and I'm going to follow it along, pause it every so often, and see if we can build this thing together. So we're going to build it as spawn. You can see the die shop across there. We can see the put roof. That's going. But we're going to start here, and we're going to base it around the nether portal here. So let me bring this up on my screen. And I'm just going to hit play now, and we'll see what Pix has to say.
Hello everyone, my name is Pixel Riffs, and today I'm going to show you how to build this one chunk clock tower.
Right, let me pause
itself...
this here just now, because this is the time where you should be looking, getting all your materials ready, getting everything sorted, and I know he's irritating sometimes. I know, we can't understand him, he's English, it's okay. But we'll get there, Right, play.
Itself only needs our 9x9 area to build, so it fits easily within our 16x16 block boundary, and I'm going to use the rest of the space to give you some ideas for a town square.
Okay, I'm going to pause that there. I'm going to count out 9x9. This is easy. 1. So we'll start in the middle. This block signifies the middle, so this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Look at that, that's a pretty star. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And oops, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, okay, I've messed up already. Who cares? Let's put some diorite down there. There we go. Right, play it.
Start in one corner of your chunk and build 2 block corners out of polished andesite, leaving 5 empty blocks between the outside edges.
Look at that, here we go. Let's pause that here. 2 blocks there. Ugh, I don't know what everybody gets on about this. It's easy. 2 blocks there, and I'm watching this on my other screen. You'll be able to see it here, no problem. 2 blocks there and there, and Pix, I hate andesite. Just why he's absolutely useless. No creative inspiration whatsoever. Right, let's play.
Fill in the inside corners with spruce wood pillars and build up each one so it's 12 blocks tall. Adjacent to those pillars...
Oh no, I've messed up. How? I can't count. I need to start this video again.
Right, what have you done? What have you done?
Pick.
Oh my goodness, what is this?
No.
Who designed this? Now what are you building here? What's going on? What on earth is this?
What are you doing here?
I was in your video.
I'm following your instructions. This is what you told me to build.
Yes, and I've come out of the video to tell you you're building it wrong. Look,
no.
This?
Andesite here, look here. Have some andesite here. There you go.
Yeah, that's some creative block placement right there. Good lord. Okay, right. So yeah, you're building the clock tower video, and there's a lot of, for a start, what you've got here is a very, very messy plot. So I feel like we should probably fill in some of this. There's dirt blocks everywhere. Oh my goodness.
Well, in my defence, there's dirt blocks everywhere, but we're standing on grass.
This is true. Yeah, I'll give you that one. You can have that one for free. So
thank you. So have you popped out the video to help me then? Or do you think I really need this help?
I think you might. I think there's obviously, you know, you've done some stuff wrong, but this
what do you mean you might?
This corner over here is
it's
a little bit off over here. We need to straighten some of this out.
Do you know what
we've counted 5 blocks between these? There we go. 1, 2. Yep. Sorry. Carry on. What?
No. See. This is what. See. Look. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then that's 6. This is too big. See, even you can't count your trumpet. Right.
There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in between those. And this side is 6. Okay, right. I see what you've done. I see what you've done.
No, no, it's what you've done. It's what you've done. It's nothing to do with me. It's you. It's your counting. Your description.
Yeah, it needs to be centered on this one. So these really.
So
need to be
this wooden thing's the center. So 1, 2, 3.
Right. Yes. Yes. Okay. Okay. I'm with you. I'm with you. Sorry. Yep. Just think of me as the helpful YouTube fairy who's popped out of the video so you can go to the ball. How about that? When this clock strikes 12, you'll you'll be turned into a pumpkin or something. I'm not quite sure how it works.
The clock strikes 12. So for all those people who want to build this in real life and see what kind of real creativity goes on for him, you're out of luck, Chuck.
This is where this is where the magic happens. Yeah.
This is where the tragic happens. So we've got our. So you're saying, I mean, you do the one chunk builds. It's all nice in the flat. That's fair enough, but it's nice to actually build it practical in survival and then see what problems people might come up with.
Yes, absolutely. There's
stupidity's one of them. Stupidity's one of them.
It's a common one.
Right there, right here. Stupidity. There we go. Right, so we need 1, 2, 3, 4. So should these be further out then? I'm guessing.
Hang on. What on earth?
These are the wrong way. Seriously.
These need to be 1, 2, and then there. They need to be there. This is not working. I've also turned my block sounds down because I was down there hiding by the Nether portal for the special effects in this video. And
wall, you've broken it. You've broken it.
I was down there. I was down there hiding. I was hiding by the 4th wall, and it was making a heck of a noise. So I decided to turn my block sounds down. Okay, so now we can hear the Nether portal again, folks.
There we go.
Right. Okay. So this is looking a little bit more square. This is actually looking like a square, and now we need to start on the spruce wood pillars I was mentioning in the quote unquote video. Yes, the house is looking good. I'm quite amused by the fact that the poop is still there, and I hope you're planning on taking that down at some point.
I will be taking it down, absolutely.
Yeah, I feel like it's.
I will at one point be taking you down as well, mind you. But
to be honest, I'm gonna have to jump off this thing anyway. So I'll take the arrows on the way down. Apparently,
you can't do that in creative, can you?
Yeah, exactly. That's one of the challenges you're talking about. Building these things in survival is definitely not as quick as it is in creative, just because of for a start the amount of counting you have to do and how easy it is to place blocks in creative as opposed to survival. I think you're 1 block higher than you need to be there. It needs to be 12 blocks tall. So
okay, so I wasn't counting. I was just following you see.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to pull up a screenshot of my own build here because
you don't know how to build it again?
I have a confession, and is that because I build these things in creative, I don't often exactly recall how to do it, and I don't want to mess this up on camera. So I am going to have to actually maybe pull up a special screenshot of this build and see what it looks like.
It doesn't need to be exact. Let's be honest here.
And obviously
we are being creative and all sorts of stuff, and that's the whole point. Is we don't need to follow your build exactly. It's inspiration for what to do.
Yeah,
you can inspire yourself.
And oh, hang on, what's happened here? Oh goodness.
What have you done? What have you done?
It's how's it ended up still like too wide on this end? Like it's an even number on this side. Oh goodness. Right. Okay. Let's start taking some of this down.
Building it in survival is not as easy and creative in a flat world, and also once again stupidity. Yeah.
Also being unable to count plays a role.
I think you'll find that I built that. Well, I don't know you, but you started pillaring first, didn't you?
I don't know if it was the pillars or the andesite or something. Something's gotten thrown off here. Let's correct. There we go. There we go. That's looking a little
close enough.
A little bit more sensible. It's close enough for jazz. It's all about creating depth.
I like my fancy stuff.
Yeah, and you've been experimenting with creating a bit of depth in the windows and the walls of your house, so you know how it goes.
I did get some expert help as well for that.
You went to KB, did you? Yeah.
No, it was worse than that.
It was does worse.
Sorry,
Kane's house. I really like Kane's house on this season. He does like modern and brutalist builds really well. He's always got kind of like straight kind of glass walls and brick textures and stuff. And he uses the 1.12, not 1.12, 1.8 decorative stone, like the granite and stuff, a lot more than I've seen other people do.
Everybody wants to know, how do you actually come up with these ideas? Where do you get everything from? Is it just suck it and see, try things out, or do you research it first, or what do you do?
I have a long list of stuff that I want to build in a single chunk. So I started out the one chunk builds because I'd seen people do stuff like this on Reddit, and I figured may as well give that a go. And I wanted a build tutorial style that didn't take forever to do, because I really don't like sitting through half an hour's worth of tutorial to find out how to build something.
Agreed. Can I get 7 more?
7 more. Okay, gotcha. Let me do some quick maths. You can have 12 because I'm terrible. Oh, good. They went down there.
Okay,
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There you go. I'll head back down and grab that. So yeah, I wanted a build style that you could just crank out in like a 10-minute or less video, because then that keeps people's attention a little bit better. So I figured, yeah, doing the one chunk thing seemed like a good idea at the time.
I think it's come out really, really well. Right, what are we needing else up here? What's the whole goal? Let's press play on the video again. Hold on. I'll just wait till you get up here and I'll press play.
I'm looking at my scripts trying to figure out where.
That's okay. I'll just press play. Here we go. Play. There we go.
You know what? You're helping me. I need to. What do you? I put that there for the reason. That was the next thing we needed to do.
Oh right. So I thought you were actually just pillaring up.
No. Is you taking it down? I'm pillaring up with the materials we're using to build the thing, man.
So what kind of style would you call this clock tower then?
I guess it's kind of rustic. It's not quite medieval, because I feel like medieval tends to involve a lot of cobblestone and stuff like that, and this looks a little bit more nicely put together. There's like touches of gold in it and stuff like that. So I don't know. I think it's
bling.
It's kind of like rustic country village sort of thing. I think that's probably the closest thing I can think of. I'm one of those guys, when I build stuff in survival, I just have to go after every single stray block and everything that I put down. Like I really hate wasting materials, and so letting stuff despawn is like the weirdest kind of. It's one of my pet peeves. I just don't like doing it. Yeah. So I'll spend like an extra half hour building something just because I have to drop off a build to collect every single piece of stuff that I drop.
You're going to hate what I'm doing at the moment. I've let so much stuff despawn. So much stuff.
See, it's fine when other people do it because I'm not responsible. But when I do it myself, I just always feel really bad.
So this would bug you then?
I can't do it. I can't do it with you. You're hurting me here, man. All right, let's go around the side, and you do one more panel, and I'll do this panel. Oh, you've already put the chisel stone.
Yeah.
It's way ahead of me at this point.
I'm an expert level potato. I'll go back. We're not prepared, but I suppose this is the thing for survival, that you don't know exactly everything that you need. And
yes, yeah, that's the thing. There's a lot of jumping around, a lot of like I didn't prepare enough for this, that kind of thing. So yeah, I've had a bunch of people ask me to put accurate block counts and stuff in my videos, and I would love to do that, but I don't have a way of counting it once I've built it already, and unless MC Edit updates to 1.12, and then I can actually do it. But yeah, I plan to provide like a world download and schematics and stuff like this for some of these builds eventually. I just haven't built enough yet to justify a world download, I think.
Are they all in the one build? Are they all in the one world, rather?
I've started importing them into the same world so that I can kind of package them for release later, but I build them all in individual worlds. I built the first 3 in kind of the same world, but then when I started using 1.12 blocks and needing to kind of upgrade stuff, and I was building in 1.12 before 1.12 was released, and so before like Replay Mod and Optifine and stuff was out, and so I was using a modded instance with the 1.12 terracotta and concrete and stuff backported in 1.11 so that I could still record it with like the time-lapse style and everything, and so I couldn't build them in the same world that I built the original ones because the mods weren't compatible.
Is it right in the corners we're doing the bone blocks?
Not quite. No, there's a 5x5 area of bone blocks, so I will plot those out for you. I will show you. Well, oh yes, in those corners, yes, it is. So yes, that's a 5x5. You're absolutely right there. Sorry, I was still pillaring up from the ground where I fell off. So
how many
I was misinterpreting.
1, 2, 3, 4. I need one more on that.
Oh.
There we go. 1.
And I'm about to invest in this town right here because I'm putting 8 gold blocks on this build.
A whole 8 gold blocks.
Yes,
Look
exactly.
At the bling.
Yes,
look at this.
It's so classy. There's a zombie pigman watching us from the bottom of the clock tower. He's waiting for it to chime the hour. Let's aggro that and then see who it goes and kills.
Okay, here's a question for you. How would you do this? Would you pillar up one at a time, or would you do one row or the other? How OCD do you get when you're building things like this?
It tends to vary, to be honest. Like a lot of the time I tend to just do stuff in whatever order it occurs to me, and it's never the most efficient, or it's never like row by row or column by column or anything like that. I just tend to build it any old way. Like if you watch the clock tower tutorial, and if you watch closely, I build the first clock face in a really weird way where I'm taking out blocks and I'm putting them back in so I can build the blocks above them, and then by the second attempt I've actually got it down right and I know what I'm doing.
So you're trying to say you were winging it the whole time?
Basically, yes. That's not an exaggeration. I was entirely was. It's quite nice. I think of all of them, I'm pretty proud of the way the clock tower turned out, because it turned out like exactly how I imagined it in my head. I had a plan going in and the plan worked out really well, whereas with the castle build and stuff, like I don't really build that many castles. So hello,
I was coming up there.
Apparently I was standing on that. But yeah, with some of those with some of those things I never quite know exactly like what I plan to build before I start building it in creative. Like I've just built a tree house, and that's the tutorial that's coming out this Friday as we're recording this. And I'd never...
You heard it here first.
Exactly, yeah. It's world exclusive right here. And I didn't really know what I was planning on building. Like I'd never built a treehouse in Minecraft before. I just kind of had a vague idea. And that one came out really well. So you guys can look forward to that one.
So what's your favorite build that you've done?
Out of the one chunk things?
Out of the one chunk things, but even including like on DV or even on the Division as well, which you're also on?
Yeah, on DV I'm most proud of my shipwreck.
Is that out of all the seasons or just this season?
Out of all the seasons, man. I'm just genuinely thrilled with how that came together. And you know, if you've seen the episode where I kind of built it in the time lapse and everything, like the delight in my voice is just, it's barely concealed at that point. I'm like, I cannot believe that I built that.
Still,
well, at least in here I'm not going to be attacked by anything,
unless I get a bucket of lava and just come and pour it in.
Yeah, well, when I was thinking about things I was going to be attacked by, you were not my primary concern, but maybe I was. Maybe you should be. Yeah. I just had to make a couple more spruce stairs just so we can finish tidying this thing up. Yeah, no, some people rave about that stuff, man. Like I've definitely seen people go on proper rants about adding slabs and stairs. And as a builder, I'm not even that fussed, because I just make do with what I have. Like building within limitations, it's kind of one of the things like making the one chunk builds in the first place. That's kind of what I enjoy doing. So if I've got some more restrictions, I almost feel like it's forcing me to be creative in a different way and think about what I build a little bit more closely. So I don't mind that there's no prismarine slabs, you know? Everyone watching my video is probably going to be like, you've got 3 ender pearls in your inventory, why do you keep jumping off this thing? And it's because I'm saving ender pearls for other things. I know once we get to the end, we'll have a virtually unlimited supply of them, but for the time being, they are precious, and I need them to make ender chests and fill in the end portal and all kinds of stuff. All right, there we go. I've got 6 buttons, and that's apparently the first time I've ever crafted a button, because I just unlocked the recipe for it. Man, the system is still catching up from that weird issue I had with the limited crafting recipes. Oh, the fence gate thing. Yeah, I really wish they would take that out now, because like there's no real reason for, you know, not being able to place pumpkins anywhere but on the ground and stuff like that. Yeah, I actually joined relatively late. I started playing PC Minecraft when the 1.8 update came out, basically. So I'm relatively speaking, a baby compared to most of the other people who play. I was playing. I was playing on. Was playing on Xbox for like maybe 6 months before that, and the Xbox updates were way far behind the PC updates at the time. So I was essentially playing in version like 1.5. Like horses weren't even really in the game at that point. They got added in the update that happened after I moved to PC Minecraft, I think. So yeah, so the Xbox update was really far behind. So I feel like I've been playing since an earlier version than I actually have.
Well, I started playing in the browser when it was a browser-based game.
Yeah, you're playing like classic.
I have been playing, yeah, and before like all the details came out of world size and stuff like that, me and a friend decided to try and go all the way around the world.
Nice. How did that work out for you?
Miserably. I think we were at it for like literally for like 3 weeks. Like 3 hours a day or something, you know. We're like, we've got to be getting close on, and then one of us, I can't remember who, decided to do a research on the internet and find out the actual size of the world, and we were like, yeah, okay, this ain't gonna happen.
Yeah.
Pigs,
what's that?
Where are you?
I'm on the other side of the clock.
What time's it?
It's 3. It will always be 3.
The time sponsored by Pixel Riff is.
I wish I had enough money to sponsor the time. Can you imagine? you got to be a heavy hitter if you're sponsoring the time.
Yeah,
like that's something everyone uses. You know, this is something I'll never quite get used to when building these things in survival. Is the amount of dirt scaffolding I have to use. Somebody in the comments of that video suggested that I put some note blocks up there, but you wouldn't be able to ring them in any way, so I'm not sure quite how that would work. Do the buttons show up from a distance? They don't, do they?
From a distance. Let's have a look. I am standing. They do? Whoops.
Because, yeah, sometimes like entities don't render from a certain distance, so sometimes buttons aren't.
Well, for me, I'm standing at the poop house and I can see the buttons.
Ah, wonderful. Okay, good.
Let me take a couple of steps forward. It has been really nice working with you today. There we go.
Nice.
I just had to stand on a hole there. It was just this big hole that's between me and the clock tower.
It is good to have. It's a useful tool.
It is a useful tool. Unlike myself, which is just standing around watching you build it yourself.
I built my Japanese-style rustic house on my patron server, and that's like my house. And somebody else had already built my modern house, the one with the kind of concrete detail and stuff.
Oh, cool.
Before that too. So, yeah, it's kind of fun seeing these things out in the wild when you don't expect them to.
Yeah, I was going to say, how does it feel seeing all the people reacting back to your videos and going, oh, that looks cool, that's excellent, I've done this, I've changed that.
Yeah, it's neat. Like, one of my favorite things is getting pictures of when people have made it, and they send me screenshots on Twitter, but then they've like added their own stuff, or it's on a server surrounded by other things. And yeah, that's one of the most fulfilling parts of all of this is you're providing a tutorial, but when you see people actually building it, you're like, oh, that's what it's meant to be for. You know what I mean? That's people using it for its intended use. Do you have either any stone brick or any smooth stone that I can borrow?
Borrow?
I say borrow, I mean use. Permanently.
Yeah, I do. Where are you? Where are you?
Standing on top of the tower.
I'm looking down for you.
You just did a complete 360 around it. I can't see him.
I have 45. Get ready to catch. It's behind you. There we go.
Well done. So right, let me hop, and I need slabs. There we go. Okay, you can have the remainder back. Oh, there it went. I'll have to go down and get that in a second. Yeah, I'm going in.
I'm having problems. It's getting late at night.
Yeah, it is running a little late.
Oh, it is a bit. But it has been a lot of fun.
Yeah, always good to do collab stuff. I feel like that's one of the things we sometimes fall out of the habit of doing on this server, but every now and again, like as long as somebody's willing to make the time, then it's always a lot more fun.
That's looking
there
good.
we go.
Yeah,
I think that's looking a little bit better.
That's
you see what I mean about see what I mean about adding the extra height to it though? It just looked like it was wearing a top hat or something. You know?
Yeah, I didn't actually realize how tall it was.
Maybe a top hat's an idea for what we can do with your roof once the poop is gone. We'll just add a top hat to it.
No. Top hat on the poop. Top hat on the poop. Your next challenge.
Should have done that originally. I thought you wanted it to go, and now you're just like, let's accessorize.
I don't want a monocle as well, just for the sheer hell of it. Monocle and top hat. Yes, please.
Gosh. Okay, doing it. And you're not taking the poop down until I've done it. Fair enough. All right, I will get on that. That's a commission right there. That's not even me misinterpreting stuff in the chat. That is you legitimately asking for
I want a top hat and a monocle.
Excellent. All right, I will absolutely get on that. It will be jaunty as all heck. So yes, we have ourselves a finished clock tower here, folks. Pretty much. Actually, hang on a second.
Wait a cotton picking minute.
There are blocks missing from the outside on those sides.
I've got to say thank you very much for helping me with my my build.
Yeah, it's an excellent build. It's a very good job. I like what you've done with it.
I was inspired by some dude off the internet.
Aren't we all?
I started watching his video and he just interrupted. Ignorant person that he is.
I know. How rude. What was that guy about? Yeah. You should absolutely not go and subscribe to him and watch his videos.
Absolutely not. And the link will certainly not be in the description down below. No, really it won't.
Always a pleasure, Awoogah. Always a pleasure.
Oh, thank you very much. And I think you need to go down that way, don't you?
Yeah.
Is that not where your base is? I know. And I'll expect my top hat post haste. Thank you very much for watching. I will see you next time if you want to see more of Pix. I'm sure you're already subscribed, really, to be honest. But go and check his stuff out. His details is down below, and I'll catch you all next time.